The music has stopped, but most people are still trying to dance. For the last decade, the world has been drunk on cheap credit and the delusion that real estate is a guaranteed path to wealth. People treated their homes like ATMs and their debt like a badge of honor. But as we stand here in February 2026, the hangover has arrived. The cracks that appeared last year have become canyons. The soft landing we were promised has turned into a high-velocity impact. Across the globe, the middle class is watching their equity evaporate into the thin air from which it was created. While the masses are crying for bailouts and praying for rate cuts, the man of Dominion is doing something different. He is sitting on a mountain of liquid gold. Today, we are analyzing the 2026 housing crash through the lens of Stoic strategy. We're exploring why cash is the ultimate tool of sovereignty and why debt, in this environment, is nothing less than a death sentence for your empire. This is the Dominion Thesis. Section 1. The mirage of real estate safety. For generations, we have been indoctrinated with the property religion, the belief that bricks and mortar are the only true safety. But in 2026, we are seeing the truth. An asset is only an asset if it puts money in your pocket. If it takes money out of your pocket every month while dropping in value, it is a liability. Most people are house poor. They own a beautiful cage that they cannot afford to leave. Stoic philosopher Seneca warned us about being owned by our possessions. He noted that many people think they possess their wealth, but in reality, their wealth possesses them. In a housing crash, your dream home becomes a ball and chain. It dictates where you live, how you work, and how much stress you carry. Dominion requires mobility. Dominion requires the ability to pivot. The 2026 crash is exposing everyone who traded their freedom for a zip code. Section 2. Debt as a modern chain. We have been lied to about good debt. We were told that leveraging yourself to the hilt was the only way to scale. In a bull market, leverage makes you look like a genius. In a crash, leverage makes you a slave. Debt is a claim on your future time. Every dollar you owe is an hour of your life that belongs to a bank. Stoicism is the pursuit of ataraxia, freedom from distress. How can you be free from distress when you are one missed paycheck away from foreclosure? In 2026, the banks are no longer your partners, they are your landlords. When the value of your property drops below the value of your loan, you are effectively paying rent to stay in a house you thought you owned. The man of Dominion views debt as a dangerous chemical. Used sparingly and with extreme precision, it can be useful. But when handled carelessly, it explodes. For most, the explosion is happening right now. Section 3. The tyranny of interest rates. We are living through a reset of the cost of money. The era of 3% interest is a historical anomaly, a ghost of the past that is never coming back. As mortgages reset and refinancing becomes impossible, the math of the last decade is breaking. Most investors in 2026 are realizing they didn't have a business model, they just had a low interest rate model. Without cheap money, their empires are bleeding cash. The Stoic looks at interest rates as an external force, like the tides or the weather. You cannot control the Fed, you cannot control the bond market. You can only control your exposure. If you are over-leveraged in 2026, you have ignored the most basic Stoic rule. Do not depend on things you cannot control. By relying on low rates to stay solvent, you handed the keys of your kingdom to someone else. Section 4. Why cash is sovereignty. In a crash, everyone hates cash. They say it's being eaten by inflation, but they are looking at the wrong map. In a liquidity crisis, cash is not just money. Cash is optionality. Cash is the ability to say no to a bad deal, and yes to a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. While your competitors are scrambling to cover their margins, the man with cash is the only one with a clear head. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." In 2026, the man with few wants and high liquidity is the king. He doesn't need to sell his stocks at the bottom. He doesn't need to beg the bank for mercy. He has the inner citadel of financial independence. Cash allows you to wait. And in 2026, the most valuable skill you can possess is the ability to do nothing. Section 5. The Great Transfer of 2026. Wealth is never truly destroyed in a housing crash. It is simply transferred. It moves from the impatient to the patient, from the emotional to the detached, from the indebted to the liquid. As foreclosures rise and panic selling becomes the norm, assets will be sold for cents on the dollar. This is the amor fati of the market. The crash is the forest fire that clears out the dead wood so that new, stronger trees can grow. The man of Dominion doesn't feel sorry for the market. He doesn't get emotional about the tragedy. He knows that this is the natural order of things. He is the predator in the tall grass, waiting for the moment when the toxic debt has been fully purged. His cash is the net he will use to catch the falling stars of the real estate world. Section 6. The Stoic view of possession versus utility. To survive this crash, you must change how you view home. Most people view their home as a sacred cow. They will sacrifice their retirement, their health, and their sanity to keep it. The Stoic views a house as a shelter. It is a utility. If the utility of the house is outweighed by the psychological cost of the debt, the Stoic walks away. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." If you must sell your home and rent a smaller place to preserve your capital for the coming opportunities, do it without shame. High status is not a zip code. High status is having a balance sheet that doesn't keep you awake at night. Don't let the sunken cost of your lifestyle destroy the future of your dominion. Section 7. Strategy. The predator's patience. So, what is the play for the rest of 2026? First, liquidity. Sell any non-core assets while there is still a shred of demand. Second, debt reduction. If you have high-interest debt, treat it like a house fire. Extinguish it. Third, the wait. The real bottom of a housing crash usually takes 18 to 24 months to form. Do not be the hero who tries to catch the falling knife. Wait until the headlines are at their darkest. Wait until the banks are terrified to lend. Wait until people are saying that real estate is dead forever. That is the signal of the sovereign. When the world is convinced the end has come, you step out of the shadows with your cash and build your empire on the rubble. Section 8. Conclusion. The 2026 housing crash is the ultimate filter. It will filter out the hustlers who were just gambling with the bank's money. It will filter out the followers who bought because everyone else was buying. And it will leave behind the men of Dominion. Do not fear the crash. Invite it. Let it burn away the debt. Let it destroy the illusions. Focus on your liquidity. Guard your peace of mind. While others are drowning in their liabilities, you will be the one who owns the future. Debt is death. Cash is king. Stay liquid. Stay sovereign. This is the Dominion Thesis.